two punches at the time, and the same punches, just one's on the left side, one's on the right side. One of the punches is going to be called the left hook, which is your 3, and then we have the right hook, which is your 4. So that is what I'm referring to when I say 3 and 4. Okay, so before we get into doing the punch, we're going to do an exercise that teaches you how to do the footwork first, like we did with everything else. So to do that, I want your feet just squared across. We're not going to be in a fighting stance. I want you to get your knuckles, the first 2 knuckles on each side, or you can touch each other, bring them to your chest, and bring your elbows up and out. Don't have them down. Go ahead and bring them up for right now. And what we did for the 2, where we pivoted our foot like we were putting on a cigarette, we're going to do that, but we're going to do it on both feet. So we're going to start right here in the center, and I'm going to go to the left side first by pivoting on my right foot. I'm going to pivot, and then I'm going to come back, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to pivot to the right. I'm going to hold for a second, and then I'm going to pivot back, I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to keep going just like this. And it's going to be a gradual build-up of how much force that I use whenever I pivot. But I'll always give a really good pause in between, going to each side. Okay, so now we have the concept of that. We have our paper from our paper drill over here, and we're going to use this to practice on just for right now. And I'm going to go into the exercise first that we just did, that I just showed you right in front of it, where my feet, not my feet, my hands are in relation to the paper, which would be around like a jaw, where a jaw would be at if I was to punch it and throw a hook at it. So I'm going to have my hands just like this, feet are shoulder width apart. I'm not in a fighting stance right now. And I'm just going to go side to side just like this, in front of it. I can see that like my targets of my fingers kind of go across right here, where my target would be at in the paper. So if I just let loose, let's say I go into my fighting stance, I'll try that. We'll go straight into our fighting stance and we'll pivot back and forth first, just like this. But we're going to start applying this while we're doing it, but we're still going to be in a fighting stance. Now how we're going to do that, if I'm going to be in a fighting stance and I'm pivoting, I'm going side to side like this, and I want to bring my arm up to throw a hook, so I'm going to come all the way on this side, right? And I'm going to bring my arm out or whatever, just like if it was out on my chest right here. And whenever I pivot back, I'm going to do my hook, I'm going to land it, and then I'm going to bring that hand right back. So since I'm already dipped on my other side, I'm going to bring my hand out just how like I had it on my chest. I'm going to have it down and I'm going to bring it out just like this. Then I'm going to pivot back, and I'm going to hit it, and I'm going to bring it right here. And then I'm going to bring my other arm out, just how like if I had it across my chest, so my knuckles, whenever I pivot, my knuckles will hit right there as I pivot. I bring my hand back to block, I come and bring my other arm over, and I pivot and I hit it with my hook, okay? So it might be very difficult for you to do that. If you can't do it in a fighting stance, guess what? You can always go back here square to learn it. Just like if you were doing like this, except you'll just come out and hit it. Go hook, 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 and you'll just go through that. You can chase the paper if you want to work around, you start getting comfortable with it. You can do that too. The reason, once you get into the fighting stance, I want you to have your elbows down. When you learn like this, that's just so you learn that your hand, when it lands as a hook, that it lands like this and not like this. That's the main reason. How you got like your palm facing inward towards your body. I don't want your palm facing towards the ground to go like this. That's why I teach you just going back and forth like this. So when you get in a fight, bam, 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 you'll go back and forth with a hook. Now you're ready for fucking business, alright? So, we're right here. We can go back in our training method with our exercise. We use this during warm-up exercises or cool down. And you can just try to chase the paper. I'm just trying to get y'all with the concept. or you can go in your fighting stance. Once you get here, I want to stop, bring my arm up just like this, how if it was palm toward my body. That way when I pivot, my knuckles will be there. Palm towards my body on my dip. I'm going to come back and forth like that. Now, once you're standing, like if I'm standing right here and I have a coach say do 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4 sometimes feels hard and silly to do if you've never done a 3 or 4 or any kind of boxing in your life. So we'll do it without the paper to hit. And instead of having our hands like this where we exercise back and forth, we're just going to be like this, and we're just going to pivot and we're going to turn. Bam, just like this. Bam, 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 bam. And you're going to go back and forth. And you're just going to go real slightly. You're not spinning and throwing out, doing some crazy haymaker stuff. You're just very controlled, lightly. Pivoting on your feet. So now we'll go into how do I use the 3 and 4 in combination with 1 and 2. So I'm doing a 1. I'm going to hit this first. So if I go 1, I'm going to freeze like if I hit him just like this, except I'm going to bring my hand right back to my face. And since my hand's over here, my elbow's already kind of dipped, I'm just going to pivot and I'm going to throw a 4. Sorry, I probably should have thrown a 3. So 1 and a 4. So I'm going to go up with a jab, 1, and then I'm going to go with the 4, just like this, and then I'm going to come back and I'm in my fighting position. In reverse of that, if you were to do a 2 and then a 3, you'll do a 2 first. I'll go by fight position, coach says 2, bam, I throw a 2. I'm going to bring my hand back, and then I'm going to go right in the pivot and do a 4. So we'll do it a little bit slower. I'm going to step, I do my 2, I bring my hand back, and my hand's set, so I'm just going to bring it here, pivot, and I'm going to hit with my hook, okay? Do it a little bit faster, 2, 4, alright? 2, 4. Okay, and I swing my leg back. I've been doing this for a little bit longer, so I got like a little bit of natural swing to my hooks, okay? If you want to just go back 3, 4, 3, 4, and then come back, go 1, and then try to land the 4 whenever you come back, or you go 2, and then try to land the 3 when you come back. Those are all really good drills. That's a lot of drills that keep you busy. For a long time. I mean, just these alone, you could do so many combinations of things, but just stick with what I'm teaching you, and we'll go over those combinations later.